Isn't like I didn't expect it to snow in March. I kind of knew it was coming. Another cold, clammy, wet, snowy day. Got the fire roaring in the wood burner, so it's nice and toasty in here. But it's going to be cold out in the garage, so can I get anything done out there or not today? I don't know. We'll see. Well, if you're anything like me, I like to go online and buy things. I mean, I'll go to the grocery store and buy my groceries. I haven't tried that online grocery shopping yet. I just can't imagine some stranger picking out food on the shelf for me, and then I'm getting my groceries and getting everything that I wanted. I'm sure something would be in there that, what's this? Anyway, I haven't tried it and I'm not going to. I prefer just to go to the grocery store and get my own groceries. But online, I can buy tools or parts or things that I can't find in town. You just can't go to the store here. You just can't go to like Home Depot and find exactly what you want all the time. But you can go online, and the internet just has an endless plethora of things you can find if you do the search. Well, in working on this bike, I learned a couple things really quick. Number one, the screws that they use on these have a, see if I can find one. They have a Phillips head, but it's not a Phillips head. It's what they call a JIS screw. And the JIS is a Japanese international screw. And so you have to have a set of JIS screwdrivers to take them out properly. Now, you could use a Phillips head, but they tend to strip out the heads really quick on those JIS heads. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go online and I'm going to buy a set of JIS screwdrivers, which I did. I went on eBay, and right away I found a set of JIS screwdrivers, so I bought them. It was these. The more I looked at them, I thought, these don't even look like JIS screwdrivers, because, when I put them up against my regular screwdrivers, they're almost identical. So I think I got ripped on that one. So I did some more in-depth research, and I finally ended up getting this set here. JIS screwdriver, and it's got the tips that fit in there, and those are definitely different. They're the different JIS heads, which is kind of a stubbier kind of a Phillips head. It's not as pointy as a standard Phillips head, so I was pretty happy to get the right thing this time. I've been fiddling around with the gas tank. I flushed it out a couple times and got a lot of rust out of it. I tried using some suction things to pull this dent out, but that didn't work at all. It's pretty hard to get that out of there. I think I might try something else. I even tried, putting something down in there to pop it, but being that it's a divided gas tank and it's got a very narrow, window to get down in there, it's about impossible to work something in there unless you had a specialized tool for that. So I'm going to try a couple other tricks and see what happens. See if I can pop the dent out. If not, I don't know. The tank's scuffed up pretty bad too, so I don't know. I'm not going to repaint it, that's for sure. It'll stay original. But if I can get the dent out of it, I'll be happy. And keep piddling away on this. I figure if I do one little thing every day, maybe years from now, I'll do the very last thing on it, and it'll be ready to roll again. So I have ordered some new parts. I'm waiting for those to come in. They haven't come in yet. and I'm eager to, put those on when they get there. One step at a time. That's what I'm doing, one step at a time. Eventually, I'll get to everything on here, but right now, just taking it easy, a little bit as it comes. Well, it's kind of chilly out here today, and unless I was all bundled up with a coat and a winter hat, I don't want to run a heater out here either. I've done that, and it just uses a lot of energy because I don't have insulation in here. And yeah, I could insulate it, but that's money and time, and I haven't committed to that at this point. So it's cold in here. It's hard to heat. I'm not going to try to heat it. We get some more sunny days, and those garage doors act like heaters, and it warms up in here real quick, but it's definitely not sunny out here today. Not at all. So what's your crutch? Yeah. I don't smoke. I don't really drink. Well, I do, because if I go to the out to eat sometimes, I'll order beer. Maybe I'll order a second beer. If I go to the Mexican restaurant, I always got to get a margarita. But here at home, you won't find me guzzling. I used to smoke many, many years ago, but I quit that nasty habit. When V first moved in here, just before we got married, she was a smoker. Unfortunately, she had smoked for many, many years, and thus was the cause of her lung cancer. The nasty, nasty habit. But I wasn't real happy with her smoking in the house. And she tried to blow it out the bathroom window, or but you could still smell cigarettes in the house. And when people smoke in the house a lot, the whole house tends to take on that smell of cigarette smoke. So I wasn't real happy with it, and I didn't preach to her a lot about it, but she knew that I didn't smoke, and I think that was a big example for her not to smoke. And so eventually she got into a smoking cessation and was able to stop smoking. But just before she stopped, she had dumped her ashtray into the trash can in the bathroom, and it caught fire. The trash can caught fire. Now, luckily, we found it before there was any damage, other than just the smell of burnt plastic or whatever, and we were able to get it out real quick. But that was kind of a wake-up call too about smoking in the house, carrying a lit ash around with you, and even when you put it in an ashtray, there could still be something smoldering in there, which there was, and she wasn't aware of that, and dumped her cigarette ashtray into the can and almost burned the house down. So yeah, but without any other crutches, my only crutch right now is food. I love to eat. There was maybe a year ago where I really gained too much weight. I was heavier than I've ever been in my life, and I could tell it health-wise. I mean, I started really having some health problems as a result of my weight. So I knew that, I had to lose weight. And that last year, this past last year, I was able to lose 40 pounds. But now, with my wife being gone and I'm here by myself, I tend to want to eat all the time. It kind of it's like, they call it comfort food. Yeah, it comforts me to eat, and I'm eating all the time, and I'm eating way too much. I eat a lot of junk. Peanut M&Ms are like my weakness. I don't just buy I buy the biggest bag of them that I can afford, and and I'll go through them. But I like other junk too, I like popcorn and peanuts, and I'm just not always eating healthy stuff. I'm eating stuff that, puts the pounds back on. The other thing too is that when I do eat, I tend to overeat. If it's good food, I just keep eating. I want some more. I want some more. I mean, one of my favorites is spaghetti, and if I make a batch of spaghetti, I'll eat till I'm full as a tick, and that's all heavy carbs. So that puts the weight back on again. So I've been trying so hard, not to indulge in the junk. I've been trying really hard to watch how much I eat. And then I've been going out and getting exercise. I've been walking a lot. So I'll go to the state park and I'll hike out 4 miles. That's a pretty good workout. I mean, I'm really burning up some calories there. But then I come home and I eat like a horse. So my weight is stable. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's just staying right in the same place. But I'd like it to go down a couple notches. And that seems like an impossible task. I'm sure some of you people have tried dieting before. And I'm not a big dieter, I mean, I'm not going to follow some rigid diet plan or anything like that. But I try to think in my head that, I can do this. I can figure this out on my own and get to where I want to be, and then be able to stay where I want to be, because I'm so afraid that, the weight's going to come back up again, and then I'm going to fall back into poor health, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, food's my big weakness. Now, being single, when you're in a place all by yourself, and you have to feed yourself, it's hard to cook just for one person. I love to cook, and I can cook. I used to do a lot of cooking with my wife in years past, but now that she's gone, I don't cook so much. I'll try to cook simple things. For a while there, I tried the frozen meals. No, I can't eat those. Those are not good. They're not good. Maybe 1 or 2 of them are okay, but you just can't eat that every day. And then I have prepared meals for myself, but then I end up with a bunch of leftovers, and then I'm eating those for a week straight, and I hate to throw food away. I hate to but when you're cooking stuff, you don't. It's hard just to cook for one person. So I tend to go out to eat a lot, and when I go out to eat, I learn more and more about these food restaurants, these eateries, and they're not all that good. Almost all the chain restaurants are becoming like old hat now. I mean, they've been around for a while. You got the Applebee's, the Olive Gardens, the Red Lobster, and the list just goes on. And to eat at those places maybe 20 years ago was, pretty upscale. You were like, wow, that's where I'm going to take the family out to dinner. A lot of those places you go to today, and you can really notice the decline in the quality of food and service. It's not even hardly worth the money to go to those places anymore. So it's hard to find a good place to go to eat. I have a couple of my favorites that I like to go to, but I just can't go there all the time. Obviously, one of my favorites is the Mexican restaurant, because it's the fastest service you can get, and it's good quality food, and it's authentic Mexican food, and they're so friendly there, and the margaritas are spot on. It's always fun for me to eat there, but like I said, I can't eat there every week. I got to spread it out. So my choices of finding places to eat are far and few between, and I don't like to do fast food either. I think about the fastest food that I have done lately is Chick-fil-A, and they kind of irritated me because 2 times in a row that I went there, they screwed up my order, and I got something that I didn't order, or I was missing something that I ordered. So I went online and I filed a complaint thing on the website, and they sent me a thing for a free meal. So I'm not afraid to complain if I mean, once is okay. You can imagine, okay, yeah, so they screwed up my order today. I'll let it go. But when you go back the second time and they do it again, okay, now I'm going to complain. Now I'm going to let the manager know that they need to step it up a little bit, because you're paying for something, and if you're not getting what you're paying for, you got a right to complain about it. Well, anyway, that's all I got today. Just thinking about food and how I'm going to cut back and come to some kind of a happy medium here with my eating habits. It's nice to have a wife around that can tell you, I think you've had enough, or you're not going to eat that junk, are you? Or we go to the grocery store, no, we're not buying that. Yeah, I don't have that anymore, so I'm at free will to do as I please, and that can be dangerous. Well, cats, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and join me on this ride. Until then, ride hard and die free.